All right. Okay. All right. So real quick here, we got four tires we're going to install. We got tax on the parts, and we have install labor. Now this number I have to give you yet. I haven't given you what the install labor is for installing tires for this particular person. Okay. All right. But this is kind of our goal problem that I want to start with today. We'll do a battery problem next because there's a little thing, and then I'll do a problem where we do like just random parts. So the battery has a special situation, kind of like the tires here. All right. So how this one works is what you do is you first have to take 4 times 95 because you're buying 4 tires at $95. A $95 tire is nothing, especially when you get to a bigger SUV or a more exotic car. Truck tires can easily be hundreds of dollars. I think the truck tires that are on my Chevy pickup that I already own are $235 tires a piece. So like getting 4 of them, I'm already at $1,000 just for a change, and I know I have to buy tires. Like I know that. My car, I had a previous car that I had specialty tires because the tire size was really weird. They were $315 tires, and it wasn't a very exotic car. It was just the tire size was weird, and they charge you like a crazy amount of money for them. So you got to do research. You got to go find a place, a reputable brand. I have a go-to brand for tires that I like, but it's one of those things like everyone has their own. It's just the ones that I like. So you know, like on my Ford Fusion outside, I know that I'm gonna have to get tires probably within the next year. So I have to be thinking about that right now and start saving up because they're expensive. I know they are. Okay. All right. Okay, we're gonna take the $95. We're gonna take it times 4. I'll do most of the math here for you just because of the calculator here. So 4 times 95, $380 worth of tires. Now that is not installing it yet. That's just buying a tire from the store or whatever place or shop that you're in. Now we don't have any extra fees. So they're going to charge us 7% tax on those tires. They always tax the product. So
stop talking.
Yes, please. If you have,
I was talking about the homework.
Hey. So.
Be rude like that, Caleb.
So.
Kylie, whatever.
Hey, you want to argue? Leave now. Seriously. I don't want to argue about it. I ask you to keep your mouth shut. So. 7%. We take 380. We take it times 0.07. Well, this is the tax. So 380 times 0.07, here's the shortcut. Instead of 0.07, multiply by 0.107. This will add the tax in for you. That's a little shortcut for you. If you put a 1, that's 100% plus 7% extra. So 1.07 times 380. So 40660. Boom. Okay, there's our total price for that tire. Now, we also have to add in labor. Labor doesn't get taxed. So that's just extra fee that's on top. This part always gets people. They always forget you have to do that. You have to do that on any parts. It could be an alternator, it could be a battery, it could be just piping and fittings and whatever you need. Okay? You have to tax it. The book will tell you specific tax on parts. I think the book for yours said 5%. The book was older, so I used to have 5% tax. Now it's 7%. So we have to go with whatever the book says. So we're going 7% on this particular problem. Now we have to add in the labor. Now this is the number I haven't given you yet. The labor for us, we're going to have, it's $35 per hour on labor. $35 per hour on labor. So it's kind of a cheaper end. Some mechanics can go really high price, 60, 70 bucks. It just depends on who you have, if they're reputable or not. It depends on the company too. There might be a flat fee, by the way. Like Walmart does a flat fee, like install is $10, okay, just flat. Because they can do it super fast. It's not like a shop where they have to set your car up to the side and kind of wait. Or you have a specialty tire. Now, it's 40 minutes. That's not an hour. So it's not, we're not getting charged 35 bucks. But it's not half of an hour, so we're not going half of 35. It's this weird number in the middle. Here's what you do. Whatever this number is, sometimes they just give you the decimal off the bat, so it's like 0.6 of an hour. If they don't give you that, what you have to do is take your number and divide by 60. Divide by 60 first. If they give you minutes, that will tell you what your decimal is. 40 divided by 60 is 0.6 repeating. 0.666666666. I'll just go 4 or 5 in there. Whatever that number is, you have to multiply by the 35. The decimal is the number you need, like 0.6 of an hour, 0.4 of an hour. Maybe it's 1 hour, maybe it's an hour and 20. So you gotta take 20 divided by 60 and it's 1 point something. It's how many hours? So I'm going 0.6 of an hour, you take it times 35. If I multiply this, it's about 23 bucks. It's 23.33. When I actually multiplied, again, what I did is I took 35 times this number, it was going across my screen. I probably went more decimal places than what you just did. And when you add these together, that's my total. My total will be this. 921. It's $429 total. So you have to add those together. That's expensive. That's nothing when you start installing tires. Seriously, that's right there.
Once an iPad, that might not be used.
All right. Okay, so 35 times the 0.66, you got that number, you add it into your total parts, that's your total price. This is nothing for if you're installing tires. It is nothing when you have it. Thank you. Okay, now, next thing that I want to make sure of is if you had a battery installed. There's certain situations on a battery. Let's say you're going to Fleet Farm and you have a $129 battery. Okay, some batteries can be expensive, some are kind of cheap. I think some batteries that saw there, they're like 60, 70 bucks. That's pretty much normal. But 129 bucks, it depends on the cycle count. You might have to buy a battery every 5 to 10 years. Just because the cycle count, every time it's a winter comes around, our batteries get hit harder than others. That's an expensive battery. I would not spend that much. I would go buy a different one. But here's the trick. On a battery, if you have a trade-in, if you have a battery that's a trade-in, so if you trade in your battery,
You get $5.
yeah, you might get 5 to 10 bucks off. Let's say trade-in value, let's say they give you 15 bucks for your battery.
You get a good deal there.
Yeah, not a bad deal. I agree. Okay, so they're gonna give you trade-in, so we'll talk about that here in a second. We still have, let's go 5% tax on this one, so we still have a tax on the part. And then we have labor. Let's say it was 10 minutes worth of labor to put it in. I would recommend you probably do it yourself, but 10 minutes worth of labor, maybe the labor was $60 per hour. $6 per hour labor. So, yeah, we'll talk about that. So. All right, so we're not going very long. There's some shops in Mason. I think it's like Western Auto. It's the one right across from Hobby Lobby and the what is that? Tap House, whatever that is. They do free install if you have a battery. Just bring their battery. If you drop off the battery with them, you have your car outside, they'll go install it for you for free, just to make sure it works. So it's kind of nice. They don't charge you anything for it. If you take it to another shop, they'll charge you whatever minutes it takes to install. So if you buy it from one of those places, sometimes they're really nice. They'll go out there as long as they have the people in the store to help you out. Okay. All right. So $129 battery. We're doing trade-in value. So what we need to do first, take $129 bucks. We're going to subtract 15.
114.
114. So we save some money on the battery, but we have to add in taxes. So my taxes was 5%, right? 1.05. Because if you're going to add the taxes back in, you have to add the 5% back in, so I put a 1 out front. If you just multiply by 0.05, it'll just figure out what the tax is separately, but putting the 1 in front will add it in automatically for you.
119.70.
Say it again.
119.70.
Okay. 119.
I was gonna do that anyway.
So 119.7. Okay, that's the battery plus tax after I did the discount off the top. Now, the 10 minutes for labor. You have to divide first, divide this by 60. Because I need to figure out the decimal. Okay, so 10 divided by 60.
Is 1.66.
Yeah. 0.1666666. That's the number, because again, you gotta go find the decimal for the hours. If it's not a full hour, then you take it times 60, and they should charge you about 10 bucks. It's $10 worth of labor. You can already tell it was It was 10 minutes. It was 60 per hour, so it's gonna be 10. It's just the number that because you went almost full fraction on it. So it's $10 worth of labor. So if you add that back in, it's $129.70. So we're back up to almost the price of the battery again. Sometimes it is more important to trade in that battery because you got to dispose of it correctly. You can't just throw it in the landfill. One of the things that will save your battery during the winter, making sure that you turn off your lights, heaters, everything. If you have one of those one of the console decks for the MP3, you know, your actual like stereo. Some people have removable face plates on those. Take it off because it will take less energy when the plate's off of it. That's if you have removable plates for like the CD player and stuff. Some people have that, some people don't. Just making sure that your car's in a heated garage or just a garage that's enclosed saves the battery because it doesn't get as cold. Pre-warming up a car is kind of hard on cars. A lot of people don't know that. It's good for you, it's hard on the car. You gotta drive it. Okay, any questions with the battery or labor in general?
No.
Okay, last one today. Last one. I want to see what you guys are paying attention to. So here we go. Last one today.
Oh, so you guys can talk. But not us.
Shut up, Brandon.
Well, I don't
Can you please be quiet? People are finding mine.
So, if you guys want to argue about it, you can leave. Fine. Not in the mood today. Next person that has a problem with it, you guys can leave. Argue about it in the office.
Hi.
Okay, next, we're gonna do an alternator. So, alternator, we're gonna do maybe some fittings, and maybe we're gonna buy. So we're gonna buy a couple different parts here. Let's go with some.
Spark plug.
Coolant.
Okay.
We're gonna go with some coolant. All right, coolant. Let's say it charges you $15 to buy some coolant. Fittings. Let's say you spent $5, $6. Let's say $5.75. And the alternator.
Piston rings.
Let's say it's $135. You bought it used. So,
Misc.
an alternator, $135. Bought it used. Kind of need it. You want to see if it's gonna work. Okay, you have 5% tax, and it's going to take 2, and let's go 2.5 hours. Let's go with $75 an hour. Okay. All right. Start set the camera here so we get this whole prom on it. Okay. So, alternator, fittings, coolant, whatever we have 5% tax. Okay, I want to see if you guys can figure this out. Go grab a calculator. Let's see what you guys can figure out. I'll give you 5 minutes to figure this out. 5 minutes to figure it out. I want to see what you have.
Jack Powers called me a crackhead. So yeah.
Just 2.5 hours to make that done.
Yeah. Yourself.
What? No. But you guys can use it.
So then like Jack, talk to me next time you take a shower.
How? Because it was test day. Why didn't bring it back? Wait them out. My instinct.
Yeah.
Okay, about another 2 minutes, so. See if we can figure it out.
Did you do this already?
Oh, they had a different number than that.
What'd you have, Warren?
I wonder if it's how many decimals they use. How many decimals they use?
I rounded.
Okay,
Because
that
I
might be
did
it. You just do like 1 or 2 decimal
Yeah,
places?
murder.
Okay, that's fine.
What'd you
Let me
get?
double check. Because you're so close to mine, that's why. It had to be come down to the decimal place.
This one was like, it was at 5,
Yeah, what'd you get?
3, 7, 5.
So like,
something that.
TK, Brody, how does TK release all this?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you're probably right.
163.54. Yeah, but remember we rounded. I
Like no
rounded
jumper.
that.
I got released from jail.
Four.
No, I see what I did wrong. I hard did, yeah.
Ward, what'd you get?
At 345.
We got 351 and 37.
Okay, so I wonder if it's because you guys rounded off the decimal. Did you guys like go up? Did you round like there was one that the decimal's like 5 places?
I just did the first two.
Okay, so I wonder if that's what it was.
Matt, I love your
Sounds
story.
about a tax, but I was pretty sure.
Snowman smoking?
I didn't do the whole like practice.
Yeah, I got what you guys got. If I just
Hey guys, got a little crazy last night. Put some hair on your nuts.
just make it what's half as a home of the decimal.
Alright. Right.
Yeah, girl, just do decimal.
Hey, if we wouldn't have been in here, I'd have had them all told off by now.
Double check. It was the same thing I was doing.
If I would have said one thing back here, I would have been some of the others immediately.
I got the same answer.
If I would have said one thing
Yeah,
back
these
here,
are
I would have
Gone.
gone.
I didn't learn you.
Gone, but not forgotten.
130.
Gone, but that's Can't forget when we go.
He's forgotten but not gone.
Right
Right now.
You ever paid attention to the history?
Yeah, I wrote it all down.
What are here? Straight through.
I do it now. I got it.
I'll come back there and check. You guys have the same answer.
PS4. Oh, I can't open that last night.
No, you didn't have to do it, 'cause you already have the decimal. You already have the decimal, you already know the hours, you don't need it.
It was like the same people like last year. Plus John Grady, plus Bacon, plus Boston.
You aren't subtracting. You should be
Plus $100.
Cole and
Cole? Nielsen will beat him.
the $50. Okay, add those all up before you do tax.
Nielsen's going to state this
You
year.
get 3 parts.
Nielsen is actually the wrestler. He's alright. He's going to state because they're going to forfeit.
Oh, yeah, make sure. Fred's let's go, gentlemen, come on, let's go. Good. Good.
Yeah, no, he's probably not actually. How many you'd have either way is like almost 300. Wasn't it like 350, 128?
So I added by listing.
Like, your literal.
Do we have a tax tag?
And
But Matt, literally a month ago, you
and
said
then all first.
And that's it? Like
And then we got multiply by 10.
But when I was up for a year,
Okay,
that was years ago.
what do you get when you add them all up?
155.75.
Okay, 155.75?
It's a cycle.
Okay, that's when you add up all the parts. You now have to multiply by the tax. have to multiply by tax. 0.105, when you multiply, you should get a 163. Now this is where the decimals cut off. I'm gonna go 54. Okay, I'm just gonna round it off. Okay, I'm expecting when you do the taxes, it's not gonna be that much more than what your products are. You know, it's only 5% extra. So 163, that makes sense, it's in the ballpark. This where, if you round off the decimals, it'll change that number. Now, for the hours, so this is with the tax with all the parts. Okay, we still have to add my labor in. This is the part people are getting confused on, or at least the couple that I was talking to, okay? Labor, half an hour is 0.5. Now, how do you get that? Take 1 divided by 2. That's where it's 0.5. So this is 2.5 hours. Now that I already have my answer in decimals, you just multiply it by 75. You don't need to divide by 60. They already had it into a decimal form when I took a half. So that's 0.5. So when you multiply this, you get 187.5. Okay, so there is your labor. Labor is intensive. It was 2 hours worth of work to install that thing. Then you have to add these numbers up. So 163, 187, and what we're getting is we're getting 351.4. 0.04, I should say, sorry, 0.04. And again, if you're rounding off the decimals, make sure that you go about 2 decimal places. Yeah, it does red when it's green. Okay, all right. Questions at all about the install? Okay, here's your assignment. It is page 133. It is page 133, 1 through 10. That's it. These are going to be due on Tuesday.
Do Monday morning now.
It's the only one on the page. Okay. It's the only one on the page.
Yeah, we can tell Monday.
use the restroom.
We can tell Monday morning.
They get up Monday and have to have 2.
133, 1 through 10. So make sure you get, make sure we're on that.
Go again. I was trying to be special.
No, you did.
Shut up, you're in it too.
I said
Yeah,
in
we're
the
gonna
chat.
have to work with
She
that.
goes on, it was like, I asked her the day where I was like, do you have a boyfriend? And she goes, no.
Daddy, your favorite
And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I say she told me about her story, and I'm like, who's that? And she
I would
goes,
kill myself if
he's
you were
not my boyfriend, he's dead. I was like, oh, what happened?
No, it's
Joe
our
class.
was dead. And I was like,
Yep.
sorry.
Can't let you do it. Bro, can I use your charger?
One day I was just like, I think I should go get a drink.
Bro, can I use your charger?
Actually, why the camera's still going?
Where's that?
Am I what?
Camera.
You can use the next
I
period.
know, I'll get it.
You gotta tip there.
Not worried about it.
Hey, so.
You gotta tip them.
Should I do?
Hey.
Are you going in advance? You go next period? Like a lunch right away?
Yeah.
Hey, Warren,
Can I go get a drink and a bowl of soup and walk for lunch?
I gotta cook mine and warm it up.
Yeah, just wait till.
Cause they're like, oh, they just throw all the, cut all the potatoes up, throws it in my plate, and I'm like, what are you doing?